Imagine this. You're on a dream trip to Italy with your husband. The food, the views, the romance, it's everything you ever wanted. Until you wake up one morning and find out your husband has secretly changed the flights and flown back home without you. He thinks it's a hilarious prank. He's laughing, texting you that it was so funny. But you're stranded in another country, alone. Now, what would you do? Because what I did left him with 47 desperate calls, and the sweetest taste of revenge. If you've ever been underestimated, betrayed, or flat out disrespected, you're going to love this story. Stick around, because this isn't just about revenge, it's about taking back control in the most satisfying way possible. Hit that like button, subscribe if you love justice served cold, and let's get into it. Our trip to Italy was supposed to be magical. We'd planned it for months. I was excited to soak in the culture, eat pasta in tucked-away restaurants, and share it all with the man I married. At least, that's what I thought. From the very beginning of the trip, something felt off. My husband had this smug little smile whenever we argued, like he was keeping a secret. He brushed it off, saying I was just paranoid, but deep down, I knew something was brewing. Fast forward to the morning, everything changed. I woke up in our hotel room in Florence, sunlight spilling through the curtains, ready to explore another day. But the bed next to me was empty. At first, I thought he'd gone downstairs for breakfast. But then I saw it, the little envelope on the dresser. Inside were my travel documents, but no plane ticket. Confused, I called his phone. Straight to voicemail. I ran downstairs, asked the receptionist if they'd seen him. That's when she told me he had checked out early that morning. Alone. My heart dropped. I felt like someone had punched me in the chest. My legs went weak, and I had to grab the counter just to steady myself. What kind of husband abandons his wife in a foreign country? It wasn't until hours later that he finally texted me. Haha, surprise. I thought it would be hilarious to change the flights. I'm back in the States now. Bet you didn't see that coming. He actually thought it was funny. I stared at my phone in disbelief. Rage and humiliation crashed over me like a wave. How could he just leave me? Was I some kind of joke to him? I imagined him back home, bragging to his friends about the prank. That smug grin on his face burned into my mind. At first, I didn't respond. I couldn't. My hands were shaking too hard to type. Instead, I decided to enjoy Italy without him. Why let his childish cruelty ruin my experience? I joined a small tour group, met new people, and tried to focus on myself. And that's when I met Marco. Marco was everything my husband wasn't: kind, charming, genuinely interested in me as a person. He showed me hidden parts of the city I would never have found on my own. We laughed over wine, wandered cobblestone streets, and for the first time in a long time, I felt truly seen. Meanwhile, my husband kept blowing up my phone. Where are you? Did you get home yet? Stop ignoring me, it was just a joke. The messages piled up, angrier and more desperate with each passing hour. By the time I returned to the hotel one evening, there were 23 missed calls. My heart didn't ache anymore, it lit up with something else. A plan. I waited another day before responding. He texted me again that morning. Babe, come on, talk to me. You're overreacting. It was funny. That's when I finally wrote back. Thanks for this, babe. Marco has been amazing. I hit send. And then silence. 5 minutes later, my phone started ringing. I ignored it. Another call. Then another. He was panicking. Over the next 24 hours, I counted 47. Desperate calls. Voicemails poured in, his voice cracking, shifting from anger to begging. Who's Marco? What are you doing? You're my wife, don't do this to me. I didn't reply. Not once. For the first time, I wasn't the powerless one. He was. He had left me stranded, laughing at my expense. Now the joke was on him, and it wasn't funny anymore. When I finally flew home a week later, I walked through the door calm and collected, while he looked like he hadn't slept in days. His face was pale, eyes bloodshot, phone in hand, like he'd been waiting for me to explain. But I didn't give him the satisfaction. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just smiled, set my suitcase down, and said, "Don't ever mistake me for someone you can walk all over again." The fear in his eyes said it all. My silence had been louder than any words. Sometimes, the sweetest revenge isn't shouting, fighting, or even leaving. It's making someone sit in the mess they created and letting them realize they've lost the upper hand. And trust me, he'll never think of me as the punchline to one of his jokes again. If this story made you smile, smash that like button, and tell me in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen or experienced? Don't forget to subscribe, because I've got plenty more stories where this one came from. And remember, karma always finds its way.